Harris's campaign has ended in financial turmoil, according to multiple media reports. Despite raising over $1 billion, the campaign has reportedly finished at least $20 million in the hole. According to a Politico reporter, two sources say Harris's campaign is now $20 million in debt, after raising over $1 billion and still having $118 million in the bank as of October 16th. FEC filings confirmed the Harris campaign had a total of more than $1 billion raised, spending approximately $900 million of it by mid-October. But 3 weeks later, even that $100 million left over was dried up and then some. In contrast, Harris raised twice as much as Trump. FEC filings show Trump's campaign raised less than $400 million and still held a cash reserve of $36 million. Breitbart News also spoke with several sources inside the Harris campaign, who confirmed they were now $20 million in debt, largely pointing blame at campaign chair Jen O'Malley Dillon. A campaign staffer told Breitbart people didn't like working with her. Many people on the campaign felt like we lost because Kamala wasn't allowed to run her campaign. They were running Joe Biden's campaign instead of a Kamala campaign. Obnoxious and very much a gatekeeper and interfering with the vice president's people who were trying to do their job.
That never would have happened with a Donald Trump campaign. If you fucking up, or he don't agree with you, or you going against him, or if you're doing things right and he want to be doing them wrong, he'll fire you. He'll get you out of the way because it's his campaign and he has to bear the responsibility of the defeat. And he ain't gonna let no one make him lose. And he's disagreeing with him all along the way. She apparently is soft, or not a good, strong leader, a bad manager of money, not a good overseer of the whole operation, all kind of stuff. How do you fumble the bag that bad? Honestly, how $1 billion, you guys? Now, Trump, I believe, raised under 400,000, 300 and something. You multiply that by 3, and she almost 3 timed him. They're talking about double. It might not be quite 3 times, but it's damn closer to 3 times than it is to double. And to think you want to balance the budget, run the budget, be the president over the financial budget of the United States of America, and you can't handle what you received in 3 months. You got $1 billion in 3 months to campaign with, and you blew it. And you lost. Oh my God. I'm so glad you lost. What could you do to the country? But you gave us an indication by being a part of the Biden disaster, and we know what was going to just continue. And then you go and blow up your campaign like you did and lose. Had you won, we may have never known, because it would look like every penny was spent well. But when you lose, we know every penny wasn't spent well.
Inside the campaign, staffers were reportedly unhappy with the handling of finances, with some still allegedly waiting on overdue payments for their work.
And that's what they accused Trump of. Oh, he don't pay his people. Oh, he go out of business. I'm telling you, I just hate to hear it anymore. I'm ready to see action and no more of that bullshit they do. I'm glad there's a supermajority on the Republican side. I'd be just as fine with it on the Democrat side, because it's only an opportunity for them to expose themselves or to either show us that they really are trying. He has every opportunity to move forward with his agenda. He has no excuses. Obama had that same opportunity. I'm telling you, when you have those moments, they don't come along every once in a while. You got to take advantage of it. And I think the way Trump is acting, by picking his cabinet, picking his folks, picking his people on the way in, he looked like a person who's ready to do this. I mean, I don't know what, but he's ready to do it. And we better get ready. Shit. He was voted in, and that's a mandate. When you're lost away, that's a mandate. That's a rebuke of what you've done and what you've been in that White House, you and Biden. And then your campaign is, oh man, to have a campaign to $20 million in the hole, and you're out there paying rappers and superstars to come and endorse you. You should be very embarrassed.
Where did the $1 billion go? A large portion on advertising, nearly $700 million, according to the ad tracking company Ad Impact. A six-figure ad blitz in October was spent on flying banners over 4 NFL games in swing states, according to the New York Times. In November, in the final days leading up to the election, the campaign spent nearly $500,000 a day to have ads displayed on the Las Vegas Sphere in the swing state of Nevada, according to The Guardian. Campaign staffers who spoke to Breitbart also attribute the drain of dollars on high-profile concerts featuring singers like Katy Perry, Lizzo, and rapper Eminem. The staffers say that was one of Dylan's ideas.
And it backfired. That's what I'm saying. Who really thought... Well, I'm going to tell you guys, I really don't believe that it would have been so much with the big superstars, although they do have their heads in the clouds and believe in stars like that. But I really believe, in my personal opinion, that a lot of that, the star power was aimed at blacks, because she hasn't done anything for blacks. She doesn't identify or relate with blacks. And I figured that bringing out the Beyoncés and Eminem and even Obama, he's not a politician anymore. He's like out of this world and shit, as far as being, you know, like rubbing elbows with the celebrities. He better not come up on no damn Diddy tapes and shit. I'm telling you, his ass is just not what I thought he'd be. I really had a whole different look at Obama until he got out there and you realize that people really are egotistical and they run for president for their own damn self. Like Kamala, she's not running for the president for us. She'd be the first woman of color, first this, first that, first this, first that. You think she's honestly doing it because she thinks she could do something to benefit our lives? She would have done something as VP. She would have been locked in on something that she would have been tapping Joe for. Like, Joe, all you did was appoint me as VP for black people. Now you got to let me do something so that they can see that you made a good pick. He never did that because she wasn't a good pick. Nowhere near a good pick. It's embarrassing.
According to staffers Breitbart spoke with, faced with $20 million in debt, Harris's deputy campaign manager is reportedly shopping Kamala Harris's fundraising email list to anyone willing to pay.
Yeah, by the way, you guys, when I was watching the returns come in on election night, the returns are coming in, and I'm getting hit with, like, I think between 5 and 7 Kamala Harris ads asking for funds, and I'm like, forwarding them to my friends and saying, like, man, look at this shit we're getting. And they were like, damn. I mean, it's really a shame. And I was thinking, what are they doing with this money? But I didn't know at that time that the campaign ended in the hole. I think Hillary did that too, overspent and lost. But, I mean, you think they would have learned something from it. You think they would have been able to take $1 billion and do something with $1 billion that no one else has ever had $1 billion to do with. Be unique in your approach. Don't just take $1 billion and keep doing what everybody else is doing. You got $1 billion. Do something different. Take half of your campaign, and since Trump only weighed 300, take half of that's $500 million, and do something good with it. Donate it somewhere from your campaign, and the people who donate, I don't think they'd be mad at you. And then budget that other $500 million for your campaign. That in itself will show that you're a sincere candidate and you're trying to help people whose lives are hurting. But you ain't.
In an effort to recoup the campaign's losses.
Yeah, anyway, it was a nice story. It was something that you guys brought to your attention, and so did I, because, you know, after a campaign, you don't realize that she just fumbled the bag, lost the campaign, and then sped off into the night. $1 billion is hard to manage. I think audits need to be run. I need to find out where all this money went. And I just don't think that the donors and the people funding their campaign, outside of ads, we know you got to pay for those, but if you got to pay for a rapper allegedly to come and twerk, or you got to pay for another one allegedly to come and speak, or, you know, if you got to pay people to throw their weight behind you, then that's not the kind of support you want. And as you can see, it got you nowhere. We need people and we need to start identifying people in the Democratic Party who are genuinely potential of support and worthy of some support. Right now, it ain't looking too good for us, folks. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Arrow.